Once upon a time, in a quaint little town nestled at the foot of a great mountain, there stood a remarkable library. The townspeople lovingly called it the last library because it was the only one left, and its collection was unparalleled in its vastness and diversity. The librarian, a gentle and wise woman named Eliza, had dedicated her life to preserving knowledge. She had cared for the library for as long as anyone could remember, and her deep-rooted love for books and stories had earned her the respect and admiration of the townsfolk. One chilly autumn morning, as the leaves were painted in shades of red and gold, a young girl named Lily entered the library. Her eyes widened in amazement at the towering bookshelves that seemed to stretch on forever. Eliza greeted her with a warm smile, her eyes twinkling with a hint of mischief. "Welcome, dear child," Eliza said. "This is the last library, and I am its guardian." "What brings you here today?" Lily stammered. "I've heard stories about this place, and I wanted to see it for myself. But I don't know where to start." Eliza chuckled softly. "Ah, stories. They have a way of drawing people in, don't they? Well, how about I tell you the story of the Book of Wishes? It's a tale of magic and wonder, and it just might be what you're looking for." Lily eagerly nodded, and Eliza led her to a hidden section of the library. There, she retrieved a worn and dusty book bound in cracked leather. The Book of Wishes was said to be enchanted, capable of granting a single wish to anyone who read it cover to cover. As Eliza opened the book, she began to narrate the story to Lily. It was a tale of an adventurous young girl who had stumbled upon the book many years ago and had been granted her dearest wish, only to discover that it came with unforeseen consequences. The story unfolded with enchanting details, painting vivid images in Lily's mind. Hours passed, and as the last word of the story slipped from Eliza's lips, the library seemed to shimmer with a faint, otherworldly light. Lily felt a deep sense of longing and whispered, "I wish I could have an adventure like that." A soft breeze rustled through the pages of the book, and the world around Lily shifted. She found herself standing at the library's entrance, but the landscape had changed. The mountain that had always overlooked the town now loomed large, and its peak was shrouded in mist. Lily's heart raced as she realized she had been transported into the world of the Book of Wishes. Excitement and trepidation filled her, for she had truly been granted her wish. As she set off on her journey, Lily encountered curious creatures, faced perilous challenges, and made friends who were as brave and kind as she. She experienced the magic and wonder she had read about, and she grew in ways she could never have imagined. Meanwhile, back in the last library, Eliza watched over the book, knowing that it had granted Lily's wish as it had done for countless others before. The library had a life of its own, ensuring that those who sought knowledge and adventure would find it. Months passed, and Lily's adventures continued. She had become a heroine, a beacon of hope for her new world, and the story of her bravery began to be told in the pages of the Book of Wishes. Yet, she missed the library and the wise librarian who had set her on this path. One fateful day, as she stood at the mountain's summit, she wished to return to the library. Just as she had wished in the beginning, she felt the world shift around her. She blinked, and suddenly, she was back in the library, right where she had started. Eliza, with her knowing smile, welcomed her back. "You've had quite an adventure, haven't you, my dear?" Lily nodded, tears of joy in her eyes. "Thank you for granting my wish, and for the most incredible journey of my life." Eliza hugged her, saying, "Remember, dear child, the magic of books is not just within their pages but in the stories they inspire. Your adventures have become part of the library's story now, and others will find their way to the same enchanting worlds." Lily realized the profound truth of Eliza's words and spent her days sharing her experiences and reading other tales from the last library. The library continued to thrive, touching the lives of those who sought its stories and granting the wishes of those who dared to dream.